Welcome back to a new airport review. It's been a few weeks in which I've been glider flying and didn't have time to create any new content, but I'm back and will be reviewing your model airports. Let's go to airport number 1. The first airport we take a look at is Central Asian Airport in the northwest of China. Something I really like on this airport are the wear and tear marks on the asphalt of all the aircraft tires turning into the gates. Another cool detail are passengers. He has actually got real people on his airport boarding this aircraft, which is really cool to see. They seem to be printed and they add such a unique extra kind of realism to the airport. Next we take a quick look at Western Science City Airport in Western Science City. It's consisting of Darren planes and a lovely terminal, which I'm not sure, but it looks 3D printed. He is using Legos as ground service equipment, which is a really cost-effective option. Something you could consider adding are light poles. They don't have to work, but adding them creates an awesome 3D effect. And you can add them between each aircraft gate. So you can definitely consider that. This is Hobart International Airport in Tasmania, Australia. And he has got the light poles I was just talking about. Here in this image he's created them using paper. And they really add a nice effect to the airport. Furthermore, he has got a good looking airport using Lego's ground service equipment as well. What I like here is the small concrete patches inside of the asphalt. They add some diversity to the airport, which I really much like. Welcome to Karadeniz International Airport in Samsun, Turkey. What I like about the airport is that even though it's built on a pre-made airport mat, he added his own modeling grass, which really adds a nice effect. Also, you have a great amount of ground service equipment, which looks great and adds a lot of activity and realism to the airport and this image. Therefore, I think this is a really nice Turkish airport. Next we take a look at Podroo International Airport on a fictional island of Leyte in the east of the Philippines. This is what this airport looks now, but in the previous season he also submitted this airport, which then looked like this. So I already think we have a great improvement over here. I like the light poles and the fact that there is light inside of the terminal. The modeling grass looks very neat as well. I like all of the ground service equipment around the aircraft and the fact that you labeled all of the terminal buildings. Like for example here UPS Cargo, and also on the side of this terminal he has added all kinds of aircraft logos. So overall I think we're looking at a very nice improvement compared to the previous season of model airport reviews. This is Epley International Airport in Nebraska in the United States. It is all made out of paper and I think you already did a great job in terms of ground markings. Though my tips for you are 1. Add ground service equipment. There aren't any pushback trucks, catering trucks, baggage equipment or other cars driving around on your airport. So be sure to add that. Furthermore, you can add a lot more realism by changing the white ground of your airport into grey or dark grey concrete and asphalt, just like here with the road. Then I'm sure your airport will look fantastic. The next airport is Atlanta International Airport in Atlanta, of course, in the United States. It's a 1-to-400 scale airport, which used to be a Cold War military base. But now he's changed it to both a commercial airport and what I really much like is this glider aircraft on his airport. The paper ground service equipment looks great and really adds the extra realism. Also, I like these two details. One, the ILS box with the antennas, which indicates whether the aircraft is too high or low for the approach to the runway. And together with the ILS box are these poppy lights, which also indicate the glide slope of the aircraft, and they look really, really nice. So overall, I think we're looking at a very nice airport here. There is one more thing I'd like to say about this airport, because the runway numbers are 10 and 07, which is impossible. The numbers on the end of the runway indicate the heading of the runway. In this case, runway 10 is heading this way to heading 100. That means that the other side of the runway is facing 180 degrees the other way. So if this is runway 10, on the other side it should be runway 28, as it is facing heading 280. Except for that one thing, I think we're looking at a really awesome model airport. Next up we go to France and we take a look at Bagnolet Airport in Bagnolet, France. He started building his airport 4 years ago and I love to see the progress he has made. The airport looks very colorful and organized. The taxiway lines look great and so do all the ground markings at the gates. At night the airport beautifully lights up, as he's got a lot of lights installed inside of the terminal, which looks incredible. All the aircraft have ground service equipment around them, which looks really nice. And one more detail are the passengers inside of the jet bridges who are boarding the aircraft. This is such a cool detail, and it's the small details like this that matter. Furthermore, I like the trees on top of the airport terminal. Honestly, the only thing you can add is modeling grass. Now you have painted the ground green, and I think if you get the role of modeling grass, your airport will look absolutely perfect. Here we have Liberty International in New Jersey, the USA. Another really nice airport with a lot of interesting details. First of all, he has installed lights in the ground of his airport. Both around the runway and the taxiway lines on the apron have lights which look great. Another cool detail is the smoke coming off this Condor aircraft as it touches down on the runway. On the modeling grass he has put some green vegetation and plants, which is another very cool detail. And the last cool thing that I really like is this section with all the green and the air traffic control tower. Overall, I think Liberty International is a really nice and detailed airport. Moving on to the northeast of the USA, we go to McKelvey Airport, which is a huge model airport. It started off small, but now he has a 10 by 8 foot layout consisting of 45 gates, 11 cargo spaces and 5 military spaces on his airport. The cool thing is that at every gate he has also got ground service equipment, which means he has got a huge amount of vehicles, and he's also got a great variety of both US domestic model airplanes and also a lot of wide bodies. The cargo section looks really lively as well, and this lineup of military aircraft looks great as well. Overall, a ginormous and lovely looking model airport. And finally we have a really small airport called Spring Mountain Regional Airport in East Queensland in Australia. It has a runway and some remote gates. It is really tiny, but I do really like the looks of it. I like that you added the smoke coming from the engine here at the QantasLink aircraft. Once again, a lot of GSE driving around all the aircraft. And another detail which really adds depth, more realism and better photos of your models is the background. Instead of a white wall here on the left, he has this background on the right, which adds an extra sense of depth and realism to the airport, which is a really nice addition. And that brings us to the end of this video. Let me know in the comments which 2 airports you think deserve a spot in the grand finale episode at the end of Model Airport Review Season 3. Now I would like to thank you for watching all the way to the end of this video. Please consider to like and subscribe to my channel, and then I will see you in the next video.